You know when it's 7 a.m., it's time to wake up, Nigeria.
Waking you up in style. I really think it's time for you to get out of bed, get going, and I'm sure there's no part of this particular show today that you want to miss.
And you know we never disappoint when we're on the show. Every morning we bring you the best of entertainment to your homes every weekday morning.
And one of these, you know, it's just really, really huge for us that you let us in every single morning.
Yes,
we feel like we're part of your family. And well, we don't do this alone. We have so much happening in the studio and so much of a great team backing us up. But you need to remember, we're streaming live. tvcontinental.tv is the site. And on Facebook, look us up on TVC Connect. The comments need your hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Wake Up Nigeria. Make sure you put that hashtag there.
So for breakfast this morning, we're going to be eating our very own chef Tolu, because we don't know what she's cooking up for us today.
Tolu, don't be scared.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not scared at all.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you this
It's
morning.
nice to be here.
And you're probably wondering, why is she alone? Well, hey, I'm going to be disturbing her in the kitchen soon enough. Don't worry.
And she says she's got something special for us.
As in...
All right, so we're going straight to the highlights. On entertainment news, Mike and Korede will be giving us the lowdown of what's happening in the entertainment world.
Ayodele Jayesimi will also be here to talk about the business of drama productions in Nigeria. And Jimmy has got us covered in the performance zone. We can't wait to see him on set. And on information technology, Mike and Dave will be here to talk about phone security.
And finally, Hakeem Rahman, the prolific actor, will be joining us on the couch for a chat later on.
Yes, so. So, Mikey.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this get up, or is it get down? Or
Ever since we announced that Mike was single,
yeah.
he just took his
Everything just started working out for good.
Outfits up a notch.
If both of you say it that way, then yeah, maybe I could say, yeah, I got the memo. So I've been towing that line.
We said you were single and searching, and you say you're not searching.
No, that was it.
It was
He does find it too. We're still searching. It's not a bad thing.
Okay,
to search.
all right.
By the way, I saw something.
What?
Yesterday night, I saw this post, and they were like Unilag exams next week. And then I found out that I think there has been the call of the strike. I mean, there's been some kind of, and then you call up the strike, and 1 week after, you're writing exams. Students are like, really? I don't know. How do you have that feeling in school when they just call off a strike and you have just 1 week and everything, there's lecture. Normally, you're supposed to have a lecture-free week before exam. But then you have lectures, assignments, everything, and exam is just in 1 week.
They're still trying to catch up with the academic year.
So honestly, when I was in Unilag myself, it was just such pressure, and the lecturers didn't really have that much of a choice but to speed up everything. You know, and then the students, it was like they were on a long holiday. But really, the practice should be, you should be reading while you're at home. You should be reading.
How many did you ever read during the strike?
Yeah, but you should be reading.
Well,
like,
I
really.
was in Unilag, and but for most of the time I was a parliamentarian, so
Hey.
I
Honorable Yomi.
also ran for president. So
Wow.
I was always on campus.
Wow.
Whether there was a strike or no
or
strike,
not, you always had something to do.
I was there.
Always
yes.
campaigning.
Well, looking out for the rights of the students.
Yeah.
I think looking back, it's something I might have wanted to be involved in, but then we're kind of a bit scared. Because Uniport then it was kind of scary being, you know, because you had to deal with a lot of things, cultists and all that. You know, it's like you were a target or something. So it was a bit scary to aim for political positions in school and all that. It was quite scary, you know.
Yeah, because you have to align with the right forces.
Exactly, you had to be sure you were running along with the right crowd and all of that.
Honestly, I was sort of encouraged many times, and I discouraged myself. Because but I had so much other work, you know, I was modeling, acting, I was doing so many other things behind the scenes. There was no way I would be able to concentrate on any kind of...
Actually, how I ran for president was, I had this huge delegation of about 20 people who came to my room and they said, "Oh, that we want you to be our president." Like,
wow. That's the cabal. If he had won, that would have been the cabal.
No comments.
All right, so we've got quite a lineup for you on the show to get you started this morning, but we're going to start with the news updates, and Kemi Fola Adeyemi is on standby.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this hour. We begin with the Academic Staff Union of Universities. They have now announced the suspension of the 5-week strike following series of meetings with the federal government. But President of the Union, Biodun Ogunyomi, insists the union will embark on another strike if the federal government reneges in the implementation of the agreements reached between now and next month. So the union has now called on all its branches to return to work after its meeting with its members today.
An elaborate and extensive consultation process, the National Executive Council of ASU has agreed to conditionally suspend the ongoing strike action, taking into cognizance that the latest proposal from government to address the contending issues in the strike action has a deadline of the end of October 2017. So, all members of ASU are to resume work after their branch congresses tomorrow, 19 September 2017. However, ASU will not hesitate to review its position should government reneges on the signed memorandum of action, which you all witnessed today.
So academic activities will resume today across all universities, but another strike is on. This from the United Labour Congress of Nigeria. That strike started nationwide on Monday. The union is down in tools now over several issues like government's failure to register the union, failure to address the challenges of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Well, that is done now, but the deplorable state of Nigerian roads as well as minimum wage increase are some other demands by the union. The president of the union, Joe Ajaero, is also demanding the immediate payment of all salary arrears owed Nigerian workers at all levels of government without exception.
Government have been sending negative signals, calling the strike illegal and all that. For us, we feel that is wrong. The needful is for government to, call for a meeting. Let us sit down and look at the issues. Issue of registration, the grievances, and the complaints we have raised, we believe that they can be looked into. And of course, when that is done, we'll be interested to continue the action. The action will certainly be called off. I have to say that it's a right time that things are done properly in this nation, in this country. That is why we are where we are today.
We've immediately commenced the industrial action as early as possible this morning. All the branches of NUPENG has been directed to join the action. And as I'm talking to you right now, no lifting of petroleum products anywhere across the Federation based on the directive of United Labour Congress. And it is only United Labour Congress has also the authority to give us a counter-directive.
We'll wait to see the impact of that strike. In the meantime, to Borno State now, where the police command has confirmed the deaths of 10 people and 3 suicide bombers following separate attacks by suspected Boko Haram terrorists on 2 villages in the state. Well, more than 16 people were also injured in those attacks. According to the police public relations officer, Isuku Victor, the attacks were carried out between Sunday night and Monday morning. He said 2 males and a female suicide bomber carried out the coordinated attacks at different locations in Mashimari village in Konduga. 4 persons, including the imam of Kutumari village, were also killed during the attack.
As our people, they went in this farm in the morning. So if they are going farm, there is one ticket, that is ticket that we are giving them. So if they are coming, they will show ticket to enter town. So as things that Boko Haram came, they dropped the suicide bomber. They start shooting gun. So our people, they start enter inside town. As they enter inside town, so people they start running. So they get chance to enter inside town. As they enter, these 3 suicide bomber.
How many people?
They killed 13 people and 46 injured.
Some health worries in Kwara State now as authorities have confirmed 2 cases of yellow fever in Urago, Ifelodun local government area. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adfolagbe Alege, who confirmed this to newsmen, said the affected persons were part of the 38 pulled out for sampling. Well, he allayed the fears, though, of residents and promised that further immunization will be carried out in the area to forestall any widespread.
And I want to inform you that the same two still being confirmed for yellow fever in Kwara State. Basically, for now, we have the technical team of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, the World Health Organization, and other supporting partners in Kwara State, and they are with us. They are going to basically carry out further analysis within the area and further technical support to Kwara State Ministry of Health and to the people within the zone, so that proper immunization and other further treatment of yellow fever can be properly done within the area. Part of what we did is sensitizing people. Part of what we did is to go there to see the people, to inform them, to allow them to be calm, to set up isolation center in case of proper treatment.
Members of the Hausa community in Abia State have been reassured of their safety in the aftermath of attacks carried out by suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra. Governor Okeze Ikpeazu gave this assurance during the visit by the Northern Governors Forum to the Government House in Umuahia. Chairman of the forum and Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima said the visit became necessary in order to douse tensions raised by the crisis. Other governors at the meeting include Aminu Masari of Katsina State, Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto, Simon Lalong of Plateau State, and Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bagudu.
We are coming here has demonstrated to all the harbingers of dissent, all those who don't believe and have faith in Nigeria, that, like you said, the strings that bind us together are far stronger than whatever divisive propaganda and stories they meddle about. Whatever issues we have, I think we can all talk about it on the table. And until that day comes when all of us can sit down and talk about it, we will remain one country, and will not allow the infinitesimal minority, misguided people.
The Nigerian constitution allows any Nigerian to live in any part of the country, so long as they shall operate within the ambit of the law. And will invite our brothers from the southeast to come to northern flashpoint cities, especially Kano, Kaduna, and Jos, and along with us, address our Igbo brethren. Assure them that nobody has the right to drive away any Nigerian from any part of the country.
Well, that's the bit we can take for you on the news this hour. Stand by now to know what the weather will be like today.
Seems like it's going to be some pleasant weather throughout the week, actually. Now, it's time for sports. We have Super Mike on standby.
Looks like Super Mike is still trying to wake up.
Really?
He's still working on it.
I'm awake now.
Yeah, he's awake. He is.
All right. Thank you. The home-based Super Eagles have qualified for the semi-finals of Wafu Cup after they outclassed hosts Ghana 2-0 in a final Group A match yesterday night in Cape Coast. And Nigeria thus finished on 5 points, a point less than already qualified Ghana. They will now battle the winners of Group B for a place in the championship game of the sub-regional tournament. Guinea played out a 1-1 draw with Mali after they led 1-0 by the interval. Mali finished third on 2 points, while Guinea were bottom also on 2 points, but with an inferior goal difference. And the NFF has kept faith with Uyo as host of the World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles and Zambia, despite the recent clashes involving the military and IPOB in the neighboring Aba. Some football followers recently raised questions on the suitability of Uyo for the game in view of the crisis in the southeast. But Super Eagles media officer Toyin Ibitoye dismissed such fears, noting that the Akwa Ibom state government has always ensured adequate security in the city since the Super Eagles started playing all its games there. He says the NFF is working on measures to ensure Nigeria beat Zambia on the 7th of October. And then Everton striker Wayne Rooney has appeared in court where he admitted a drink-driving charge. The former England captain was arrested when police stopped the car in Wilmslow, Cheshire in the early hours of September 1st. The 31-year-old was released on bail after being charged with driving while over the legal limit. He was banned from driving for 2 years and ordered to perform 100 hours of unpaid work as part of a 12-month community order. Rooney appeared at Stockport Magistrates Court a day after returning to Old Trafford for the first time since rejoining Everton in the summer. And Paris Saint-Germain boss Unai Emery says he will step in if Neymar and Edinson Cavani cannot sort out their differences over taking set pieces. The forwards seemed to quarrel over a penalty in a 2-0 win over Lyon before Cavani took it and missed. PSG needed 2 Lyon own goals to secure victory and maintain their 100% record at the top of Ligue 1. The home side struggled to make chances until Marcelo's turned Cavani's flick into his own net, with the second coming through a rebound from Kylian Mbappe's shot. PSG have won their opening 6 league matches and hold a 3-point advantage over Monaco. And of course, that's a wrap on sports. Yeah, you know something quite interesting. It was Nigeria-Ghana war again, and we won this time.
Yes, we did.
But this certain dude goes, and they go and ask a question, and like, look, Nigerian jollof, Ghanaian jollof. And the guy goes, Gambian jollof, Mr. Easy. We should just, I don't know, what should we do to that guy?
Extradite him.
Like, in fact,
extradite him
no asylum anywhere. We should just send him to Atlantic or something.
Thanks so much, Mike. We're going straight to the newspaper headlines this morning. We're starting with the Daily Sun with the headline, Saraki Buratai clash over IPOB. It's unconstitutional, says Senate President. We acted within the law, says the Chief of Army Staff. And then lawyers are divided. And then SANs hail Wike on FHC building in Rivers. And then finally, I'll continue to fight corruption, statement from Buhari there.
On the cover of the Guardian newspaper, it says, IPOB's ban linked to terrorism unconstitutional, says Saraki. Lopsided appointments caused agitations. Lawmakers back Jonathan's call for Council of State meeting. Army defends move against pro-Biafra supporters. Kudos as the Chief Justice of Nigeria okays special courts for corrupt cases. And the United Nations seeks 40.3 billion naira for cholera outbreak response in the Northeast.
All right, and then on the cover of The Nation, we've got the headline, Governors, we won't allow agitators to divide Nigeria. And then Chief Justice of Nigeria unveils strategies for speedy trial of graft cases. And Boko Haram strikes again in Borno. Oil prices move close to $56 a barrel. And finally, Southwest APC leaders vote for United Nigeria.
On the cover of the Vanguard, it says, why Army can't declare IPOB terror group? Saraki. Southeast governors can't kill Biafra, according to IPOB. Northern governors embark on peace mission to Southeast and South-South. And it also says here, CJN, that's Chief Justice of Nigeria, sets up special courts, judges for alleged looters. Patience Jonathan to appear before Reps Committee today. You can read up about that on page 12. And on Naira Watch, Forex, CBN to sanction erring banks. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard.
And then On the cover of this day, we have Buhari takes heat off Nigerian army, signs proclamation proscribing IPOB. Saraki calls for due process in declaring separatist group terrorists. And then Buratai backtracks. Northern governors embark on a peace mission to southeast and south-south. And then, still on the cover of this day, CBN gives banks 4-week ultimatum to open FX teller points. And then AMCON takes over Kashamu's Best Western Hotels, all on the cover of this day.
On the Punch, it says, Reps Chief Whip attacks Saraki for saying IPOB ban is illegal. That's on pages 2 and 9 of the Punch. Federal government group trade words, or rather federal government and group trade words over alleged fake videos, Kanu parents' whereabouts. Also here, gunmen kill Chinese police orderly and driver in Kogi. And here, 4 die as explosion rocks NNPC Lagos depot. You can find out more about that on page 4 of the Punch. And that's it on the headlines on the newspapers this morning. The headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
All right, let's get our muscles working now. And Mike is on standby with his favorite coach, Ruby Agu.
Yomi was that. Okay, good morning, welcome. And it's time for workout. As you know, we've got Ruby Agu in the house. Welcome. It's good to have you once again. Okay, so what's we doing this morning?
Okay, because I'm all about the total body workout and not about arm day, leg day. Okay. Yeah, and
is there anything wrong with that, by the way?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a personal thing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So, and I want to just show the viewers out there how they can get in a total body workout in a short amount of time.
This is cool. You'd want to listen in a total body workout in a short amount of time.
Yes.
Okay, let's see you do it. Take it away.
Thank you. So I'm here. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be working with dumbbells, upper body and lower body workout. If you do not have your dumbbells, I've got my 2 kg dumbbells each. If you do not have your dumbbells, you can fill your 75 cl bottles with sand and it will just do the same work for you. So I've got 2 moves, just 2 moves for us today. We're going to go 3 rounds. The first move is squat. We're going to do weighted squats and then lunges. Now, everybody, I'm assuming we all know what squats are. This is a squat. This is a squat. So, and this is a lunge. This. But what we're going to be doing is static lunge, meaning we're just going to stay on a position. Now, the first move, 10 squats. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, the hand movement is actually called bicep curls. So you can see that we're actually doing 2 moves in one. So we go to the next one, which is the lunge, static lunge. Static lunge and bicep curls. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See, so we do those 2 moves, 10 reps each for 5 sets, and we're good. I promise you, slow and steady. Make sure you engage your core when you're doing that. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's quite, that's okay, but then you said we're doing 2 different types of workout, right?
Yes, just 2.
So this is total body workout,
total body
not just
workout.
something that
because we're working the upper body and the lower body.
Then there was something you said that really, that was remarkable. In case you don't have dumbbells, you said you can fill your
75
bottles.
cl
Exactly. I know, I was always
with
thinking,
sand.
how can someone go around that? But then, yeah, your water bottles, or even maybe, even if it's, you know, your soda bottles or something. Just fill it with
Definitely,
sand.
like the PET Coca-Cola bottles and the rest of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, wow, that's very cool. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely
Okay.
day.
And then today we've got Chef Tolu and of course TT's in the kitchen with her. What do you guys have for us this morning?
Wouldn't you like to know? Chef Tolu is someone who is so sweet because she's always working with sweetness in the kitchen. And I can't wait to find out what we're making today. Tell us what that's all about.
Okay, so we're bringing it back home.
Bringing it back home.
To Nigeria.
Okay.
We're making pepper puff puff.
Pepper puff puff. Ha.
Yes.
I know puff puff. I know pepper.
Trust me, the only difference is that we're adding atarodo.
Atarodo.
Yes.
Okay, so for those that don't know what atarodo is, what is atarodo?
It's this small pepper that you find in the market.
Yeah?
Yes, it's
But
really
it's like a chili, right?
Yes, it's chili. It's really spicy. It's
I
like
can
the-
already feel
it's like the most spicy of all. Don't you-
It's hitting my eyes. So this is the atarodo. These
Yes.
ones right here.
But you can use dry pepper if you don't have.
When you say dry pepper, are you talking about
The blended one.
Okay.
The blended dry pepper. So you just use like maybe a teaspoon or something. It's
Okay.
just to give it a bit of spice. It's not, we're not trying to make it a very peppery
puff
dish.
puff?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that don't know what puff puff is, what do we put into puff puff? What makes it
So
puff
we
puff?
have, what we're putting in is flour, sugar, a pinch of salt, 1 egg, and yeast. I've already started activating my yeast. Yeast is, this is like 2 tablespoons,
Okay.
and a cup of warm water.
Okay, so the yeast is activated. When you say activated, what does
With
that mean?
warm water. It has to be, you have to pour in warm water
Okay.
to activate your yeast. So what we're doing now is, I just diced my atarodo. So
Okay.
in here, I have my flour, sugar, pinch of salt, and I added a bit of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yes, it's optional, completely optional. You can decide to put nutmeg, but I just wanted cinnamon.
Okay, all right.
So what I'm going to do, mix this around.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Putting fresh pepper inside flour
butter.
and sugar. Sugar and pepper, do they ever really mix?
I guess we're going to find out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put it in 1 egg in the middle, just to marry the mix together.
Okay. What does the egg do exactly?
It's just to marry. It's optional. It's just to marry. It gives it a better texture. It's completely optional. Trust me.
All right, I can see that you're using your hands. Is there a particular reason why you're using your hands and not the spoon?
You know, once you're in the kitchen and this is your profession,
Yeah.
you find out that you work better with your hands. Like you can feel everything inside. You know where the problem is.
Okay.
When you're using a spoon, it just slows down work.
All right, so I've noticed that this mix is dry. I know that it's supposed to look a little more moist than this.
Yes, so that is where we're adding our yeast.
Okay.
There are different kinds of yeast. There's the quick active one, the one that you don't need to soak in warm water. And there's the one that you need to soak in warm water. So this is obviously the one that we need to soak in warm water is what we are using.
Okay.
So we're not going to pour everything at a go because we don't, it's a flour mixture. We don't want to run it too much. And then plus, we used eggs, and based on the size of the egg is what will determine the quantity of extra liquid
that you need.
That we need.
So this mixture now, the flour was how many cups?
About 3 cups.
3 cups of flour. How
Yes.
many cups of sugar?
Just about 1/4.
Okay. 1 1/4. Yeah?
No, quarter.
Oh,
actually.
a quarter.
Yes.
Okay, a
1/4.
quarter cup of sugar, 3 cups of flour, and what else? You didn't say nutmeg, you said cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
1 spoon of cinnamon.
Yes. So
okay.
Could you grab the kettle for me? It looks like we're
Yes,
needing a
ma'am.
bit of water.
Okay.
Just pour it where the
Where? Here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So how
That's
do I
enough.
know that my yeast is activated?
It bubbles up.
Okay.
It bubbles up.
You see bubbles in the water or?
In the water.
Okay.
You see bubbles in the water.
Because I've heard about yeast, in a sense, dying.
That's if
you know?
the water is too hot.
So how do I know if it's too
if
hot?
it's too hot, when you pour the yeast, water, before you pour the water, you have to put your finger inside.
Okay.
If it's warm around, you can't feel your blood, like you can't feel your finger, you just,
Okay.
you know, that's when you know that you're at the right temperature.
So essentially like room temperature then?
Yes.
Okay. But it's not room temperature exactly. It's like
No.
the temperature of your finger.
Yes.
All
So
right.
the temperature of your blood, basically.
Okay. Okay.
temperature of your blood.
So anything warmer than that,
you're going to kill it.
You're going to kill the yeast.
Yes, so we're almost there now. So now, if, for example, you do not have, or you don't have time on your side, because what you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to cover this up and let it set so it can double in size. If you don't, you can just turn on your oven, or if wherever you are is really cold, you can just turn on your oven before you start the mix. Once you're done, cover this up with a really nice damp napkin and pop it into the oven. Turn off your oven, guys. We only need the oven to be preheated. We need the heat for the yeast to rise the dough.
All right, so there are two resting times that you're talking about now. So if I leave it in open air in a warm room, I can leave it for how long?
You can, maybe about an hour, 30 minutes.
Okay. Hey, so 1 hour waiting for okay.
So that's why it depends on the heat, the temperature of the room. So I always just prefer the oven technique because I preheat the oven at the highest, turn it off, put it in the next, let's say 30 minutes.
Fantastic.
It's high enough. So
all right, so we have quite a bit of time to wait for this yeast to rise. I can actually already see it moving. Funny enough, I can see bubbles coming out, but we have to go to a short break. You know how they say you can't watch a pot boil, right? We'll be right back with some entertainment news after this.